take this committee serious.
But, Madam Chair, I would like to apologize for any administrative mishaps that could have taken place, and I will seek your indulgence in the interest of us being fair, and since we are sincere and apologetic, you would allow us to proceed.
No, it's not public service, it's an updated version. Mark says he didn't receive it. This side says, now we have left that level. Whether we received it or not, we are not going to take that direction. We are as that much flexible. Let's agree, we have the letter from them, and we've seen it today. We have it. But for continuity, we are going to proceed. Because, honorable colleagues, it would be unfair to the county today to have this team sent back. Aware that we don't have a lot of time on us. We know the demeanor that there is from your boss, and we know she might have delegated somebody else to State House, but she knows this committee is very useless. We shall agree with that. For us, as long as you have a letter as evidence that you have been delegated to come to this meeting, we shall proceed. As long as we get that letter, honorable colleagues, I don't know how you advise from this side, but I beg that if he produces a letter fully delegating him with the limits of delegation, we can proceed with him. Time the microphone was off. You have been in service for 28 years.
Yes.
How many times have you appeared before PAC, not as an accounting officer, but as part of the delegation?
As even I've appeared, even when I was Office of the Prime Minister, I appeared before PAC leading the delegation about twice.
So was it intentional this time round that you came unprepared, say that we send you back? Because with the 28 years of experience, you know what it takes to represent an accounting officer, just in case you are not one. So was it intention on your part, you come here and we send you back? Because, honorable colleagues, it looks as if public lodge appearance before PAC. That's why you are twisting us here and there.
No, that's how we were requesting your indulgence and apologized for any administrative challenges that could have perhaps encountered in this process, but in the interest of the respect of the committee, that's why we requested you would allow us to proceed with the matters, but as we handle the administrative issues.
Chair.
Attending cabinet on the same date. Signed, PS, Minister of Public Service.
Thank you. JB, please speak it. Honorable colleagues, we have received this internal memo and administration. A copy was given to the Minister of Public Service, the Minister of State for Public Service. This is from PS/MPOS, delegating him the responsibility of accounting officer for only this meeting, isn't it? The fact that your boss has gone to attend the cabinet, but one would wonder how long would it take you to call for this internal memo from public service to Parliament, a document that has taken us close to 40 minutes to retrieve. And we just want to inform you, we doubt whether this document was there.
To Minister of Public Service, traffic had been withheld, I think. Important people are moving, so the roads were closed, but then there was later opened and we were able to proceed.
Okay, honorable members, we have a letter here from the Ministry of Public Service. However, I had observed that it is very unfortunate that this memo would take 40 minutes to reach this place, and it's our colleagues who speak to having an efficient public service where an officer cannot move in a boda to pick a letter, because we doubt whether you don't have office helpers, because this wouldn't even necessitate Mr. Irumba himself to go and deliver this memo. This is a very simple document. I believe it must even have been pinned on notice boards. So this would necessitate us to take all that long, 40 minutes, taxpayers' time wasted for somebody to go and just pick an internal memo. But also, honorable colleagues, that you do deliberate, I want to draw your attention to Article 164 about accountability. All the accounting officer in charge of a ministry or department shall be accountable to Parliament for the funds in that ministry or department. However, we have this Public Finance Management Act that speaks to when or the extent to which an accounting officer can delegate. And this is section 43, accounting officer. But I want to draw your attention to section 43(6). An accounting officer may delegate a function or responsibility of the accounting officer specified in this act to a public officer under the control of the accounting officer. 7 states that where an accounting officer delegates a function or responsibility under subsection 6, the accounting officer shall give such directives as may be necessary to ensure the proper exercise or performance of the function or responsibility. 8, an accounting officer shall be personally accountable for a function or responsibility that is delegated under this section. Now we are looking at 2 laws. We are looking at the PFMA and we are looking at the Constitution, which is the supreme law of this land. We want to learn from you as the head of public service. Educate us on which takes precedence over the other when it comes to decision making in an organization.
Madam Chair and members, it gives the general guidance, and the Public Finance Management Act operationalizes those articles of the Constitution, and I think this was to give effect to the operationalization of the provision of 164, Article 164 of the Constitution.
So according to your interpretation, in your own understanding, this memo gives you mandate to appear before the Public Accounts Committee of Parliament to respond as an accounting officer on matters accountability?
Yes, under under section 43, 6 and 7, yes.
No, you ably answered that the supreme of the Constitution and the Public Finance Management Act, which supersedes the other. You said, ably said, that the Public Finance and Management Act operationalizes the Constitution, isn't it?
Yeah, the Constitution is superior, and the Public Finance Management Act 2015 operationalizes those sections, at least gives the details on how it should be implemented and how those roles can be performed. Just because the permanent secretary may not be present, like in today's case, she's not, somebody else could perform that responsibility to avoid a gap happening.
You ably said that you have been in public service for the last 28 years as Under Secretary.
Yes.
Have you ever, in your time of experience, have you ever represented your accounting officer to a Public Accounts Committee? Yes, as the accounting officer?
Yes, I have.
When did that happen?
2023, 24, and 23, 24. We appeared 3 times.
Before which committee?
Public Accounts Committee. Then the chair was Honorable Mafabi.
Honorable Mafabi is around. Honorable Mafabi, Mr. President, sir, we need to learn from you.
Madam Chair, I'm so happy that the acting accounting officer has made a very fundamental mistake. Chair of Park, you're aware of it. I was Chair of Park in 2006 to 2011. And I'm sure you were not an undersecretary.
So, and maybe 2023 we have been the committee. Human is to error. Please tell us, when did you appear before Nandara Mafabi, the honorable former presidential candidate?
Madam Chair, you can forgive me for mixing up the years, but I did, and I'm sure even Honorable Mafabi. And I remember one of the questions he asked us then was whether about coffee drinking. So I remember very well.
Madam Chair, you see, the time, if an accounting officer has come with his team, me, I'm good at talking to everybody. Eh? Well, I can't recall, but you see, you have a record. First of all, 2023, that's wrong. If 2006 to 2013, we have 2011, we have a record. We can check. But what I wanted to put up, if I did it, then I might have made a mistake. Because the law, as if you read the concept, Madam Chair, answerable to Parliament, shall, it's mandatory. Yeah, I hope you have read there.
I have read.
Yeah. They can delegate a function. You be in payment, be in what, is this. In fact, all these ones work on behalf of the accounting what? Officer. They can now, when he's here, he can say, please, you answer that one, you do that one. But for accountability of funds you have got from Parliament, it is a mandatory personal to order.
Yes, Honorable Emily.
Chair, and I'm happy the Undersecretary has come back. Assignment given to him is to head a delegation. It is not actually that he has been delegated the responsibility of accounting officer to represent the accounting officer. That is what is very specific in the letter. And actually, even at this particular point in time, we are not sure about which delegation, whether the delegation that is referred to in the letter is this one or there is another group of people.
Madam Chair.
Yes, Honorable Cyrus.
He might have been as well assigned to lead the delegation back at home. To head the delegation back at home. So it can be so. Otherwise, Madam Chair, I think it is a very serious issue. And now that this is day 2, last time again the team was sent back. I think it's not good for the image of the ministry. I don't know why you people are not taking back seriously. You are denting your own image. I don't know. So, Madam Chair, you need to take a conclusive decision on what we can do going forward. Thank you.
Honorable members, on record, we do receive an internal memo to Irumba Roger Keija, Mr. Copied to the Minister of Public Service and the Minister of State for Public Service from a signature of Wirakwate, a PS on 6 that was written to him on March 6, 2026. Delegation of responsibility of accounting officer for Monday, 9th March 2026. So he's an accounting officer for today, for Monday, 9th March 2026, for purposes of heading a delegation to appear before Public Accounts Committee to consider responses to the Auditor General's report on Vote 5, Ministry of Public Service for the financial year 2024-25, while I will be away attending Cabinet on the same day. Honorable colleagues, arising out of the discussion that we have had, yes, Honorable Nandala Mafabi.
Madam Chair, number one, which would be of great accounting officers, is laid in the house. Is for purposes, they lay the names. Is for purposes of Parliament noting and accepting that that will be the accounting officer for that financial and will be responsible for the funds of that ministry at that period. And now when somebody, of course, supposing was transferred, the person who comes in, of course, assumes both assets and liabilities of that ministry, of that entity. In that regard, Madam Chair, of course, sometimes maybe our colleagues in civil service may not know that that's the law. I think we have to come out clearly in the ruling, because when you have a subsidiary law like the Public Finance and Accountability Law, where it is in conflict with the Constitution, that part becomes null and void. But to that part where we are, and I want to come and state that because I was involved in that Public Finance Act very seriously, the purpose was that the accounting officer will not perform everything in his ministry or in his entity alone. He will have to delegate people to do work on his or her behalf there. But when it comes to Parliament, as the law says, the accounting officer, he or she herself must be accountable. And if you go further, it says you will be responsible for this, whether you have ceased to hold that place or whatever. Even if you have died, and the issues come when you are the account, you will be held personally liable, even the grave. So that's what I wanted to put across.
Thank you, Honorable Choma.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I entirely agree with my senior Honorable Nandara. Additional
Person to holder. We have given the Ministry of Public Service a deadline of tomorrow at 4 p.m. because they've appeared so far twice without a proper representation to this Public Accounts Committee. The fact that failure to respond to use of public resources, especially for this year under review, 2024-25, this qualifies us to make a recommendation to Parliament that Parliament does not allocate the Ministry of Public Service funds for the year 2026-27. Good. Thank you.